Hello everyone, this is Joker and welcome to my Formula 1 reviews. First of all, sorry that I'm so late with both the Italy and the Russian Grand Prix review. The one from Italy I really didn't want to make. No, not because how they crashed out. And I'm talking about Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Yes, that was an utter ridiculous one from both of them. So yeah, the great ridiculous from that is that Max got a penalty. But yeah, the main reason why I didn't want to make a review of that race, I was really pissed off by a few of my co-workers. They spoiled the race for me while I explicitly said I do not want to know. And well, basically they told me the whole race before I ever seen it. A minor spoiler, or even a major spoiler by accident, I can overlook, but knowing everything that was like that. Right, thank you very much. I don't need to watch this race anymore. Even though the race itself was very entertaining. And yeah, it was really interesting to see how they finished. A McLaren won too. That's something special. A McLaren won too. It's difficult to say if it is too bad that Ricciardo won it, because yeah, he is already in Formula 1 Grand Prix winner and Norris not yet. However, he was in front, he deserved it. They drove a really good race and, well, maybe minor team orders. Reminds me of, I don't know when, but it's on the tip of my tongue, but can't find it from. The radio call was a little bit like, either we finish like this or we both crash out. It was a rain race though, and Italy wasn't that much of a rain race, but yeah, they could easily taken each other out in pursuit for the win. So it was really good team racing and marvelous to see. Too bad for the crashing out. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Firstly, it's water under the bridge. Secondly, too many has been said over it already, and basically it's time to move on. But yeah, Lewis pushed Max into a position where Max could basically not bail out unless he was getting off the road, which is basically not allowed either. So in that regard, Lewis put him on the spot, fully well knowing Max would take the gap he left. So racing incident, because it's a tricky corner for what Max tried to do there, but Lewis set him up. So that Max Verstappen got a penalty there. Yeah, I say bollocks to that. 3 grid place penalty. There's a reason why I do want to address it, because next race. Come back on that later. So giving that race a number, a solid 8. I won't say 7, but I give it a solid 8. It was a good race, even though too many spoilers that I could not really enjoy it. That does not take away it was a good race. And then we come to the race of Russia. And what a race that was. Everybody was like, yay, Formula 1 race. Yay, Russia. Sigh, Russia. And it did deliver. I mean, this season is bonkers. Even France, Paul Ricard, the most boring race to watch ever, had spectacle. And now Russia, maybe the second or third most boring race. At least never any excitement there. Monaco, it depends how you look at it. I mean, Monaco is a race of heroes. I mean, yes, little overtaking there, but it's always very difficult to race there. So that gives its own tension. Russia, yeah, never had it. And now it was bonkers. And not just the last final laps. The whole race was decent, but those final laps. Heartbreak, surprise, and elation. I mean, good job Norris for securing pole. Where that came from, brilliant. Then he lost the lead to Sainz and he regained it back on track. So he drove basically a stellar race. I say basically because by now everybody knows what happened. So again, sorry for the late review. Part of it was also because I was not feeling very well, but yeah, not gonna dwell on that one. Right. Rain. A little bit of rain you can drive on with your slicks. A little bit more rain. Maybe you need softs or you need to go to the intermediates. But the amount of rain there, it was almost time for full wets. I say almost. They managed on the intermediates, but there was no dry line to race on slicks. And a very brave call from Norris to say, nope, I'm going to stay out, especially knowing the information he had. He did not knew it would become worse. Slip and slide, I mean, if Hamilton, who was at that point chasing him, would have pitted and he managed, he would be the champion. Sadly, he didn't manage. So he looks like the fool. But it's a heartbreak. But a good heartbreak. Why I say good? It makes him stronger. This shows that Lando will be a future champion. The future of Formula 1 is bright. Period. And then Hamilton, yeah, he pitted because Verstappen pitted. He was driving a double race there. Sure, he wanted first place, but it was much more important to not be caught out by Max Verstappen. So when Max pitted for intermediates, Hamilton did. And yeah, that kind of maybe too late for Norris to handle that, but he should have at that point. But should have, could have, would have, or something like that. At the point that Norris was just almost in the wall even. That was just painful to watch. Hamilton took first place. A lot more of chaos ensued. And Verstappen managed to get P2. That sounds like something. Yeah, so that's not special. But remember, he had a 3-place grid penalty. So that basically opened the door for the engine penalty he expected because of his crushed engine, which is completely out of his fault. There's no argument there. And he managed P2 from basically back from the grid. I mean, P2, if he had no penalty, no new engine, would have been a tall order here on Russia. And he managed it from the back of the grid. Basically a free penalty and engine change. That is the kind of luck he needed. Hamilton has too much luck already in his career, and you could say unfair luck in this season altogether. I mean, driving with half a car, Max Verstappen, well, yeah, red flag incidents, not gonna dwell too much on it. So, luck turning for Max Verstappen in a race where he needed. Yes, he lost the lead in championship, but instead of the difference being 7 or more points, it's only a difference of 2 points. The chances are really, really, really big that this might actually come down to the last race. How amazing would that be? I hope it's not gonna come down to 1 point. For a few reasons, that would be too much of strategic racing with the fastest lap and stuff. I would love to see it come down to the wire, but if Bottas takes the fastest lap and that decides the victory, now let them drive so far that the one in front wins the championship. That will be amazing. No shenanigans, just racing on track. Period. So yeah, it would even be interesting if they go into that race being at same points level, because at that point, fastest lap, if that's the difference between fastest lap or not, yeah, then they are driving far off the pace. So then I don't care. If they go into that race, same points, then the first lap doesn't matter. That will be amazing. But yeah, that's too far ahead. The Russian Grand Prix, I need to give it a 9. It's basically an instant classic. And the look of surprise on Hamilton's face when he saw the Red Bull parking into the P2, and especially seeing the helmet of Max Verstappen, priceless. We have a real championship fight on our hands, and we still have a few races to go. Amazing. I mean, just amazing. Amazing. That's all I can say at this point. It's gonna be... This season is great. Right, once again, sorry for this late upload. Part because I was not feeling well, not gonna dwell too much on that, and because the race was ruined when I needed to do the Italian one. So, yeah, sorry about that. Right, everybody, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.